scrimmaging with guys, kept some guys out, and some clips of our game the other day against Clemson. We were off yesterday, and then obviously got some stuff, review of Maryland and what they've done. So watched their last couple games yesterday and got ready for them. So obviously we know we beat them in the first game, but we know they're starting Allen now at the point. Obviously kid just got back when we had played him, and he had 18 against us. So I think he's a big factor in what they're going to do and how they're playing now. And so we got to be prepared for him. And but guarding the three is a main priority for us, and getting better defensively in that area. And then post defense is going to continue to improve. So last year I went in this first play of the game inside, and it's been a big focus for our post defense, getting better in that area. So we're ready to go. Everybody's pretty healthy, and I think we'll have everybody ready to go. It's Coach's first cancer game awareness game, so we'll be wearing the tennis shoes. Coaches will be wearing those at the game, and our trainers, managers. So we'll be be involved in that once again.
How hard is the road conference game, no matter who you're playing?
I mean, you just look at the records. Obviously, the home team generally wins. We've been very good on the road over the years, and I don't know why it is. Oftentimes we don't play a road game in non-conference, and so I don't know what the preparation is. You just got to have a good team. You just got to be ready to go. I think you got to defend and rebound. And I think that's the key, because you're not going to always shoot it well on the road. We have at times, and have this so far this year. But you got to defend and rebound. That's got to be a constant. But I think we like it. I like going on the road, and I think it's exciting for our guys. And when you're going to get in January and February, when the places are going to be packed and people are excited and you're ranked, and teams want to play and crowd. They're having their best crowds of the year. That's kind of something we've ran into over the years in the Big East. We always had to seem like the team's biggest crowd, and one thing we've seen too, if we lose, we've been in the middle of some celebrations, so that's not a good thing. So we remember those as well as the wins. So but a lot of wins, and I think we've clearly had the best record on the road over the years in the Big East. So we've had success with it, but I think defending and rebounding. But it's always fun to win on the road.
What's the biggest difference with Hill at the point guard? Is he more of a scorer? Did they change their tempo at all from what you've seen?
With Allen, he's the lefty. Yeah, I think he's more of a scorer. I think Peters obviously is a freshman, and they're playing Wells too at the point a little bit in the game I watched. So, I think I don't know how much change he can score. I mean, obviously he played a lot in the game we played him, so we know what he can do. He had 18 points. A lot came at the end, obviously, but we think he's a guy that can do both things. He's a distributor, but I think he's a guy that can really get it going too at the same time. So we're prepared for that. And again, guarding the three is something that we're really concerned about.
Have you noticed his role expand a little more? Or
Yeah.
Just him getting more minutes?
Well, I mean, I don't know. He had 18 against us, so we saw a pretty good expansion as the game went on against us. So I think I think he started for him last year. We anticipated it and thought he'd be more of a factor as the year went on. So I guess we're not surprised by it, but anticipated it. So they had a freshman, Peters, and they still have him. He's a talented guy we recruited, but we know that Allen's the better shooter, more explosive as far as a scorer, and we're well aware of what he can do.
Having played Maryland once before, is there anything you'll be a little better prepared for?
Well, I mean, for our guys, you can say prepared, but you got to execute it. And the thing we talked about, I think I said after the game, was them shooting threes. And I think one of our guys being surprised by our bigger guys guarding Smontress. And Smontress got a couple threes early, and I think our guys were our younger guys were he kept drilling, talking, reinforcing that they're going to shoot it. They're going to shoot from three. They're going to shoot from deep, guarded, non-guarded. So earlier hands, having a high contest, and being out there early on Smontress. So again, we knew that going in. Hopefully we're a better team defensively now than we were then.
What was the challenges of playing a team a second time, especially one that you beat by a lot?
I think they're a team that has is dangerous because of the way they play, the way they shoot the ball, and so to me that's the most important thing. We've been drilling. We drilled that when we first played them, and then we were doing the same. So hopefully it's sunk in. But I think it was only 4 games ago that we played them, but it seems like we've gone through a lot of different things in that time. So I think I think we've grown and hopefully understand. Again, the fact of the matter is we've got 6 new guys of the 10 that we're playing. So every game has to be a lesson to us, win or lose, and you got we've done a pretty good job with that.
Do you have to guard, though, against a little bit of overconfidence? I mean, you beat them by 20 the last time. Is
Yeah,
that sometimes something you worry about?
Yeah, we were just watching the clips, and at the end of the first half, it was a 1-point game, and then it kind of we pulled away in the second half. So we're into the first half too. We got a bit of a lead. So I mean, I stress that to them. I hope we're I think that we've handled things pretty well. We've gone out and put our game plans in place. We've handled our concerns that the players have put on the floor. Our leadership's been good. I hope that's the case on Saturday. And I mean, it is Maryland. They are. It's one of as people say, one of the top 10 programs and basketball jobs or whatever you want to say. I mean, it is Maryland. They've got a national championship and banner up there. So we know how good they have, and we know a lot of their players. I think that may be something too. We're familiar with we have a lot of guys from that area. They have a lot of guys from that area, obviously. So we're going to be very familiar with their players.
What's the difficulty of having to play an evening game on a Saturday and turn around and play Monday night as well?
I mean, we've done that. Did we do that already? Didn't we do that with
NC State of Maryland?
NC State, Maryland. We've done it before. I hope it works out like it did there with those guys, but everything's different. Everything's changed. I mean, you gotta. We've been given that day off after a game. As far as when I say day off, we haven't been going contact, so I think that's the key thing, preparing for that. What you're going to do as far as legs. I think every situation is different. So we got to travel back. That'll be the challenge. Getting back, obviously, weather issues. A lot of things going on besides, but you got to adapt to where it is. How is everybody healthy in between? But right now we're just focused on Saturday, so we'll be ready for that one, I'm sure.
Jamie, you say you guys are focused on Saturday. I'm sure the coaching staff is. Mm-hmm. For the players, especially when you've got young guys, and look, the team that's coming here on Monday is a team that a lot of kids want to play. I mean, how do you sort of try to make sure that they don't get caught peeking around the corner?
Well, I mean, we've had that question has been asked on a couple of our games already this year, and so I think we've handled it really well. But I was concerned on the last game. Clemson, how we're going to come out and play after a loss where we were angry about, and so I think going back to what I said earlier. I mean, these guys, we know a lot of these guys. The players know a lot of these guys. They're familiar. They played against them. They've got rivalries and high school histories and AAU histories. I think that's big. I think Maryland is Maryland. I think it's they are a 1-year rivalry game of playing them home and home. So the rivalry is we've got to get a big rivalry done here in a year. We've got to build up a lot of feelings and make sure we carry them out.
Has Talib taken that step that you guys have talked about?
He's played really well, and I've talked about it. I think after the game, patience. I think offensively he's shown more patience, and that can having a few less bad plays helps you on other plays, I believe, and I think that's something he's done. We've gone inside to him, but like I said earlier in the year, I was surprised, and I shouldn't have been, but. The teams are really digging down in the post, and I'm seeing that with a lot of teams. They're helping down in the post. Everybody kind of has the same movement now when they hit the post, and teams are digging down. And he was trying to thread it, split it, kind of playing crowds a little bit, and it's frustrating to him, to the team, to me. And since then, I think he's just done a better job. He hasn't forced things; he's let it come, and you're seeing more layups, more baskets, and more touches. Through it all, so there's just that balance, and I think once he knows he's going to get it, and he trusts it, then I think the guys trusted to get it to him at the right time too. So I think it's all coming together in that regard. But we'll have a good team to play against here Saturday.
Well, something I've noticed, and you just sort of touched on it. He had been working on those 16, 17 footers, and he makes some of them, but it seems like that's sort of you know, you give other guys who are doing that now, and he's the guy. He's sort of sticking. I mean, he's right around the basket, and that's a guy who we wondered whether he was strong enough against good competition to sort of deliver in that area, and it seems like he's gotten much better at it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's we got good passers that are giving the ball at the right time. I think there's he can stretch the floor and make some shots. You know, he made some shots in other games in situations, so he can do that. But at the end of the day, we've got 4 guys on the perimeter. Otherwise, we've got 4 other guys who can shoot the ball and pass the ball. And I think he's recognizing that, you know, our spacing is best with him around the basket and finishing plays and shooting the percentage that he's doing. And so I think we've been a work in progress, and I think he is a senior still in playing with the other guys has figured it out as well. So again, I just think he's become more patient and taken. He shot a high percentage all the way through, but I think just recognize it's never good to force something. It never helps anybody. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help your teammates. And I think he's done less of that, which has led to more scoring.